Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Kombat office. I'm your host, Alex G, and today I'm sitting with the one, the only, the champ, my man, Sebastian Rodriguez. How you doing, champ?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling blessed to be here. I appreciate you having me on, you know.
I had to, bro. I had to. I was seeing all the posts from Elevate, bro. They talking about you, man. Talking about you.
Hey, I come from 4 Ounce Fight Club. And we got the best 25ers there right now, so
shout out 4 Ounce.
We're all on the come up.
Yeah.
And you know, I went out there to Elevate FC, represented, did my thing, got my belt.
Yep.
You know, been on a little bit of a win streak so far.
Yep.
But it's been good, man. I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be fighting. Happy to be alive.
I'm happy for you, bro.
Hey,
I see it. I see the emotion. You know, I hit you up, and I'm very grateful, humble that you hit me back, and you were like, "Hey, bro, I'm about to go to vacation real quick, but when I get back, we all gone, bro." So what made you get into fighting, dog?
Man, so first off, like, I had to take that vacation because that shit was I was waiting for that 8 weeks of a training camp. That shit's rough. It adds up on you. I bet, man. But coming back, I'm back on my schedule, back on my shit, you know, getting back into it, getting back to training. But fighting started out, like, let's say I've been training now like 3.5 years. So I've been getting after it. Been really dedicated to it, been absorbing everything, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was like something that switched in my head that I was like, oh, I want to fight now. It just kind of naturally happened. So like, I come from an athletic background, right? Always done sports my whole life, you know, since I was younger. My parents always had me doing different stuff, and I knew when I was done with like high school sports, which I did like running, I did track and cross country. Like I like pain, you know.
Oh,
just running, pain in your head, pain in your body, like getting used to the uncomfortable. Yeah. So I was always used to it, and then I saw like people make money off of fighting. I'm like, man, I can make money off of this.
Right.
I was like, I can make a living off of fighting. I know I can do it. I just need to learn. Yeah. And I found a gym. I found a good gym to start off with, and something that was going to push me, grow me. And I found that in going to 4 Ounce, and I haven't stopped since. And now I've added on more to my like training curriculum, so I've just been growing and expanding. But it all started off with like the idea of like I know I can adapt and learn to be successful in any like realm of sport, like just all around. I believe in myself. I believe in my abilities to be a quick learner, you know. So it's just been a grind, and I love what I do. I'm glad I found it.
Shit, I'm glad you found it too, bro.
It changed everything in my life, right? You know, like it just changed all aspects. You just grow as a person, and I was like, man, this is what I was meant to do, and I can't even like fight it. Like now it's an obsession. Like I wake up craving it. Shit. Yeah, but some nights are painful when you just like,
I think when you correct me if I'm wrong, when you're doing camp and you get them hungry, and you hear your stomach and you're like, gotta fight the urges, gotta fight them.
Yeah, man. You try to keep it pretty clean. Yeah. And sometimes you indulge too much after you're done fighting. That was a big thing. Like when I got done with this fight, I had a pretty like strenuous training camp. I think it was my best one, to be honest. Like I had a really good preparation, 8 weeks. You know, I didn't know my opponent till a little bit closer to the fight because I had a couple like people drop, and then there was just some complications. You know, finding a guy to fight. But we got it done. We got a guy, and we went hard on the training camp, like really trying to sharpen everything. I wish I could have shown more. The fight was like a little bit quicker than I anticipated.
Real quick.
But, you know, I go in there to get a finish, and I got a finish, and I'm happy with it because it felt seamless. It felt like I was just like living in the Matrix, just going.
Bro, right?
Just going. But after, I got some fried chicken.
Oh.
I got some Korean barbecue.
Oh.
I got some fucking pasta.
Oh.
Man, I was eating everything. I went out to the river too with some friends, and we were just chilling out there, you know, floating, tanning,
cruising,
fucking just
on top of the world,
just relaxing.
On top of the world, bro. Yeah. I bet, dog. Go ahead, like if you could, like just bring it. Yeah, that's right even better. Yeah. But damn, bro, I'm happy for you, dog. Obviously, like you said, you made the right choice because now you're sitting here, the motherfucking Elevate fighting champion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you made the right choice.
It takes a lot behind it, like with the people. Like that's what I'm most grateful for. Like all the people that are involved in this. Like also, this is for them. Like, you know, this is a representation of the hard work everybody's put in. That's something I've learned, like, throughout the journey. Like, you can't do this shit alone. You fight alone, but you can't do it alone. Shit. Like, you have so many support systems around you. Like, my family, first of all, they're always showing out. They're always there at the fights, you know. You get that energy when you hear them. I turn around in the cage, I look at them in the eyes, and they give you the fuel. You're like, all right, we gonna go do this thing now. You just get it going, and it feels great. But this is for everybody, man. Like, that's one thing I've learned. I've learned to be super grateful for all the blessings I have around me. Like, without that, you can't do it. You can't learn without people to teach you, you know. So I'm just happy to be here.
Love a humble champ, for real, man.
You gotta stay humble, because when you're not, you won't be learning, you know.
Yep.
You won't be learning.
So what was your upbringing like?
Upbringing was pretty chill. You know, my parents, very loving parents. Can't say anything bad about them. They've taught me everything. They taught me how to be, like, responsible, how to be smart with investments, how to, like, grow as a person, teaching me, like, just good morals, good values, you know, raising me. So I'm Mexican American. You know, my dad's from Mexico City, my mom from Monterrey. So I grew up in a Hispanic household. You know, the culture, being around the family, you gotta say hi to everybody. You gotta say bye to everybody. A lot of respect, you know, that was instilled from a young age for me. Like, you always gotta show everybody, like, hey, you represent our family, we're gonna be a respectful people. You want to put up that image, and when we're out, like, you're representing us. So I always had that, like, I have to represent a certain person since I was young, and it was good. Like, they raised me to be, you know, do the right things, take the right steps, you know, be smart about stuff, and it was loving. It was a loving childhood. I had a good one. My grandparents, they were a big part of it. I would be around them a lot. My grandma, she's not here no more, but my grandpa, I still see him, and he lives out there in Monterrey right now. But I grew up, like, he had a little farm in Waller. So,
that's cool.
Yeah, on the weekends we would go out there, just play, like, with the cows, with the sheep. Be outside, you know.
Lovely, bro.
Being kids.
Right?
Yeah.
So you say you had, like, a peaceful, good childhood, right?
Yeah.
So does your mom or did your dad be like, why do you want to fight? Like, where do you get this from? You know what I'm saying?
My whole family, everybody was like, you're the last person we expected to fight. Like, you know? Really? But I think that's just something that's, like, everybody's got it within them. Like, it don't matter how you grow up or, like, where you come from. Like, if you're born to, like, fight, like, you just have that in you. Like, it's something you can't draw out. It's something that's been planted there from the very beginning. It's like, I also look at fighting, like, from my ancestry. You know, it's in my blood, it's in my lineage. Like, I come from a warrior race, like, and I embody that. Like, that is something that I like to, like, channel. I'm proud of that shit. Like, my ancestry, indigenous, it's from Mexico. It's like we're the people of the land, and I take that with me, and I carry that with, like, a lot of pride. And my family always told me to be prideful of, like, my culture, and be prideful of, like, my family and the people that were before us. And I take that to spirit. Even though I had a pretty peaceful, calm, like, upbringing, it was like there's still stuff that are inside of you. Like, you're your own worst enemy sometimes, and that brings out everything. And then from there you grow. So it's like I had stuff to deal with within myself more than anything. Like, my exterior environment, chill. But within me, sometimes a little chaotic. Right. I got a crazy brain. Yeah. And that's why I like crazy things. Bro. You know?
Man, you could really be a motivational speaker, because that shit makes me want to, like, just go outside and sucker punch a motherfucker real quick. Because, like, bro, I love combat sports, like boxing, MMA. I'm watching it. Even the underground dogs, like yourself.
When you hit me up, like, that's how I know you know about fighting, because you're like, you're watching the amateur circuit, you're watching the regional circuit, and that a lot of people don't know. You don't know how many people be like, oh, you do UFC, oh, you do it, and you gotta be like,
I know the different, you know, Elevate, I know Fury,
so I know appreciate that. I appreciate you knowing and learning about the fucking community.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's like that. we recognize that. You can see it.
Everybody starts somewhere. You know, it's not like one day someone just popped up in UFC. Nah, dog, they went through other circuits, indie MMA places.
They've been fighting backyards. They've been fighting at bars.
Exactly, dog.
Sometimes the venue's weird as hell. Like, you're fighting some like little casino out of nowhere.
I've seen stuff like that. Yeah, I've
seen like, am I gonna get jumped after? Man, there's some crazy stuff that goes on at some of these MMA shows.
Shit, bro. I bet I never been to one because like I always like get caught on the last minute.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, so sometimes I'm on social media, sometimes I'm not, and then when I am, because honestly, bro, truthfully, I didn't know about Elevate until I think they did a collab with 4 Ounce. Yeah. Because somebody was, I think you were fighting, and they were like, we got our fighter.
Yeah, they did like a little promo thing.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, let me see. And they look like they're just starting to.
They are. This was their 4th or 5th show that they did. Man. So they're 4th or 5th.
And then like so this your championship fight was for like the vacated.
Yeah, so it was vacated. I was supposed to fight the dude that had the belt.
Right.
But he hurt his eye or something. I don't know. Like he said they got injured or something, so he had to drop out.
Right.
But that dude's fought, I think. So we have one guy, J-Boy. He fights in Fury, and he fought him when he was an amateur.
Oh.
And I think somebody else from our team was supposed to fight him. So I guess like they just want to line up the 4 Ounce boys, you know?
Yeah.
But I was down to fight for the belt, but they vacated. So I was like, give me whoever y'all got, you know? Like, they were going to give me some other dude, but he had family issues.
Yeah,
and then we were like, he couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, man, like, no worries. They found me an opponent. Like, this dude that came in, he missed weight. I was still trying to get the fight. Chris made it happen, so I'm really grateful for that.
That's why his name, Chris Make It Happen.
Man, Chris made it happen. And, like, I was really happy of that because it almost didn't. And
bro,
I was just grateful to be able to like walk in there when the day came. I was like, thank God it all worked out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, this might not happen. Like 8 weeks of just
8 fucking weeks.
Work, just down the
56
drain.
56 days, bro.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe I'll have to like run it in July or something, or like end of June for Fury or like whatever. I was already thinking about like, well, okay, maybe I'll fight.
Oh, there's possibilities. Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah,
just scenarios. But I was like, don't stress yourself out,
man.
Yeah,
yeah. But so like, do you think you get like fight anxiety or an anxiety in general where you want something now, like you're like, I don't want to wait, I just want it now?
Yeah, you kind of get impatient. I feel like towards the end of camp, you're like the last 3 weeks, the 2 weeks before your week of weight cut, which is that's your chill week. Like, good job, like you did everything. Yeah, like all you have to do is stay sharp and like cut the weight. That's it. But the 2 weeks before that is hell. It's like, all right, it's time to like kind of die a little.
Yeah,
it's rough training. It's the last hard 2 weeks. You're gonna get like 1 week to recover. So those 2 weeks you're just kind of like irritated.
Yeah,
you know, like you're just let this happen now. Like,
right.
I want to fight now. Like, I'm done waiting. Like, you get really impatient.
Ring the bell.
Yeah, it's like, come on, like you're looking around, you just want to like go.
Yeah,
but it's just because everything's built up and it's a like very intense feeling, and just your body is going, it's prepared, so you're just ready to go and at all times, and it's a little frustrating.
Yeah,
because you gotta hold it in. You're like, stay calm, but yeah, it's not terrible.
And no slander to the fighters, but I bet it's frustrating. Like, you think you have one opponent, and then that falls through, and then you think you have another one, and that falls through, and then you think you have another one, and you're just like, fingers crossed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be it could be a frustrating. I try not to let it get to me, you know? It is a little annoying. You're like, damn, like, what if, nah. But then you think about it, it's like, I'm going to get ready.
My part.
Somebody's going to be there.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be there, you know? If anything happens, like, I know I'll have an opponent. Like, I'll fight. Like, it doesn't matter. So, I just try to get out of my head, because the first, like, 4 weeks of camp, I didn't have nobody. Like, so I was just training without even knowing if I was gonna fight. But I knew like they'll find somebody. So I got to do my job regardless. I'm not gonna go in there like half prepared just because like I didn't have somebody. It's like, no, I got my shit already set. Like I got this week this time frame already. I know what day I'm gonna fight. If I don't end up fighting that day, we might have to push camp a little longer, but we can make those adjustments. Yeah, so that's not a big deal for me.
And Chris made it happen.
Shout
out him, man. Shout out him. I've seen it like lately. I don't know why it's just been popping on my feed. I guess it's that energy of, you know what I'm saying. So I've been seeing him, and he's like giving thanks, and then I'm like, bro, keep doing what you do. I didn't know he did this. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. Like, hey, Chris, keep doing what you're doing, man.
He's been doing good with the promotions as of late. You know, he's been trying to get Elevate's name out there, grow the business, grow the name. Yeah, and it's like having guys like me, having guys that are like exciting fights, like which I know he does put on a lot of good exciting fights. Like my boy Romel, he fought on the same card with me. Oh shit! His fight was a banger. It was good. It went all 3 rounds. But this boy, like, man, when I tell you Romel can crack. This boy can crack. Like, he hits like a horse. Like,
I might have to get him on next.
You got to, bro. Man. My boy Romel, he be kicking like you're a soccer ball, like straight through you. And he had a great fight. Him and the dude he fought really put on a great show. Like 3 hard rounds of just scrapping. And it was entertaining. But that's what we do. Like, we go out there, we put on a show. I got a quick finish, but my fight before that, it was 3 rounds and just back and forth, and that's how I like it. Like, nice and grueling, you know.
What's your weight class?
I fight at 125. Yeah.
What's your normal walk around weight?
My normal walk around weight, like 142, 143. That's not too bad. My weight cut ain't that bad. Oh, okay. So like right now, I'm young. I'm barely gonna be 22. So I'm still growing gradually. Like, from the fight before this one, I had put on like 3 to 4 more pounds of muscle mass. So I was a little bit bigger than my other one. So each fight I gradually like see improvement in my size. Yeah, but the weight cut ain't too bad. Like, I only cut 10 pounds of water weight. So
that's not that's bad.
It's not crazy. Yeah, it's like I cut to 130 the night before, and then in the morning I get in the tub, do a couple sessions, sweat out, and then I'm at weight. And I always weigh in, like, I lose like a pound on the way to weigh-ins. So.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah, it's because it's Houston. It's hot. You're sweating in the car.
It's a sauna. Like,
especially today. Today was bad.
I was looking on my dash on the way here, and it was like 105 degrees. And I'm like, fuck, man. If you just want to throw us in hell already, like,
I know. They just put some eggs on the hood and start like cooking breakfast.
Bro, I honestly want to try that. You think that'll work?
I think it could work, man.
I really do want to try that.
I really feel like it might work, especially right now.
Or that Toy Story thing where like they put a magnifying glass and like they.
Oh yeah, in the sun.
Yeah. I want to try.
You do a focus beam with the sun ray,
bro. Dead ass, dog. I want to see if that shit like be having motherfuckers.
Have you ever seen them like where they use that and they like burn an anthill and it just catches that fire?
Like, little videos of that shit, bro.
That shit works. It's focused light beams. That's crazy, bro. You'll burn somebody's skin with that,
bro. For real. So what were you like in school? Like, did any fights in school? Anything that kind of like initiated or had an idea of that shit?
I wasn't really like much of like somebody that was like getting in trouble too much. You know, my mom man, she didn't like me getting in trouble. Play that shit. They were like, you go to school to go to school. I didn't like school that much. Like,
same, dog.
I wasn't that great at learning simply because like I would get distracted a lot. Like, I would just lose my attention span. And I would like go to sleep sometimes because I was tired. Like, I would wake up at 5 to go. I was on the cross country and track. So we would work out in the mornings, right? So we'd go in the mornings. We'd get there like around 6. We'd work out till like 8. So we'd do our runs and stuff. You'd be dead after that and have to go to class. And sometimes I wouldn't eat breakfast. So I'd be like sleeping. And my teachers didn't like me. I would pass on my classes. Like, there were certain teachers that were cool with me. But for the most part, getting in trouble, man, I try to stay out of it. I was pretty friendly with everybody. Like, I wasn't crazy. I kept to myself a little bit more than anything. I had like close people around me. Usually the people like that were in my sport. Like, I had a couple guys there that were my closest friends, and I wasn't nothing crazy. You know, there was some stuff like I had some dude try to tackle me, but I threw him into the wall. So it was like, it wasn't like really a fight, but it was like some people I aggravated, or they just didn't like me.
You think you aggravated them because you were so chill?
I think they just wanted to get a reaction out of me, and I wasn't about that because I didn't really play those games, and I wasn't like one to be like, no, I don't want to get in trouble. I just didn't want to get caught. Like, I don't want the teacher to see it get caught, because I'll do whatever I need to do, and I was always like that. But I try to like control. Like now I have way more control. Like I'll never be out and be in a scenario where I'm like, oh, like I know this is gonna escalate to a point that I can't bring it down. I'm pretty good at like de-escalating situations. You know, just talking it out. Like if anything happens, bro, like you just walk the other way. And if they really want it, if they really want the smoke, like,
hey, bro, we could go ahead, bro.
I'm like, you sure?
This is my job, bro.
Are you sure, man? Because I'll take you out without even hurting you. Like
facts, dog.
I could hold them like a little baby. I could cradle them, like,
bro. Facts.
So you don't really gotta worry about that.
Full respect and top offs, bro. Hope your parents see this. Like, salute to your parents, bro. They sound like they raised an excellent young man. You know
I appreciate
what I'm saying?
That, man.
Just how you carry yourself and like your mentality. You sound like you've been, you know, I know they say don't judge people off age, but you sound like you've been here, like you have experience way beyond your years and stuff like that, man.
I appreciate that,
you know what I'm saying? So tops off to your mom and dad and your whole family, you know what I'm saying? But damn, bro, it's just so crazy. So take me through it. What was it like? You know, you went to the gym and then boom, they're like, were they like, hey bro, we got your fight. We got you a fight, like your first fight. How'd your first fight come about?
Fuck no, dude. It took a while before my first fight. I sucked. Like I sucked at the beginning. It was a rough learning curve because I kind of got thrown into the wolves. Like first day I walked in, right? I go to the fight shop next door. I meet one of the coaches, Chico, and I'm like, hey, I do this. I used to run. I did track, so like I want to fight. I wanna train. I wanna like join the gym. He's like, all right, come back around this time the next day. You know, they had practice, and I went in. You know, it was fighters class. It was towards the end of the year. It was like December, so there wasn't a lot of fighters because some guys were on vacation. Some guys were like they were resting. They just had fights. So I was like, it was like a small group of guys, but the head coach Daniel Pineda was there. You know, and a couple other guys, but I only remember Daniel because that day, like, he taught me so many lessons in the way of like, are you gonna come back? Like, is this really what you want? Yeah. Because we were going rounds and stuff, and I didn't really know what to do. And like I knew basic boxing just from what I taught myself, you know, drilling. Like I had a heavy bag and I would like practice at home, but it's nothing like formal training. Of course, it doesn't compare. Of course. Like, so I went in there with basic knowledge of knowing what the punches were, but not really knowing how to execute them correctly. Yeah. So I was in there doing my thing, you know, getting beat up, and then I Daniel called me over. He was like, "Let's get a round in," you know, and towards the end of the round, you know, he's just playing with me. Like I'm a little puppy or something, you know, playing around. He knees me in the sternum. Like we're against the wall, and I never forget this. Like this is seared into my brain this day. He knees me in the sternum. I lose all my oxygen. I'm down on the floor. I'm like, fuck, like, you know, it's hard to get up. And I get back up. All right, I tap him. He's like, you sure? I was like, yeah. It does the same thing. Knees me again. No more air. Sit back down. And he's like just chilling there, like with a smile. And I get back up. All right. I tap him. Yeah. Same damn knee right away. Like, because I'm not really recovered. I don't know what I'm doing. And he pushes me and knees me again. And then the round ends. Yeah. And it was over. But I was like sitting there just like, oh shit. Like, that was rough. I can't wait to come back. I'm not gonna let that shit happen again. Okay, yeah. And I was like, I can't wait to learn how to do that. Like that's the only thing I thought. Never thought of like, maybe this isn't for me. No, I was like, man, I can't wait to be able to do that. Like, I can't wait to be able to compete against this person. How do I get there? Like that's what I was wondering. Like, how am I gonna learn to get to that same point? You know, and I'm glad I didn't switch off to like, oh man, this sucks. No, because it was exciting for me. Like I was like, damn, there's so much. Like I feel like a newborn baby in this, you know. I feel like I don't know nothing and I have so much to learn, and that's what I'm grateful for. Because like even right now I'm barely developing, and it's like I feel like I have so much more to learn, so much more to grow, and I'm like, that's exciting. Like having infinite ability to grow and learn, like you don't get that a lot of places.
Bro got kneed 3 times in a row and said, I want more of this, bro. That's some fighting spirit right there.
Yeah, it's the Mexican in me. You know, this chin was made in Mexico.
Bro, that's a highlight. That's a beautiful quote right there.
This chin was made in Mexico.
I don't know if you've seen, but do you think, your personal opinion, do you think like weight cut like affect your chin or anything like that?
For sure. Mm-hmm. So like guys with heavier weight cuts, like they'll have lower energy in fights. You can use that to an advantage. If you know a guy is gonna come in, like he's a heavy guy, he has a rough weight cut, you can see it in their face too.
For sure.
They look like little skeletons, like they're suffering.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's rough. And if you don't rehydrate properly, even if you do rehydrate properly, it zaps a little bit because it's like you're killing your body and then you're gonna go fight. It's a little counterintuitive. So a lot of those guys, they'll have weaker chins. Yeah. And their strength will go down just a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So, I would imagine that. You know
they're not as strong as, like, what they would normally be around in the gym. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit easier to deal with. And, like, strategy-wise, like, I'm right in the middle right now. Mm-hmm. I'll probably get up a little bit more. I know where the sweet spot is to where it's not too crazy of a weight cut. But I like it because you go in with hella energy. You feel like you're right at the gym. Yeah. You feel like you're just training. You know. Like same. It's not foreign to you. You feel your body feels the same, and that's what's important. Like if your body doesn't feel how you feel when you train, a lot of the times, like it'll feel foreign, and then you'll second guess, and then you'll be like, But
why 125?
Cause I'm perfect size for that right now, you know. Like there's not a lot of opportunities at 115. There's 135 is a little bit too big for me right now. I feel like I could fight at 135 if I wanted to, but right now there's no point. Like
you want to build muscle, because like you said, your walk around weight is
143.
Yeah. So you're obviously no problem getting to that weight, but it's all about how you carrying it. You know
because guys that are fighting at 135, some of them are weighing like 160.
Damn.
You know? So it's like you're at a steep disadvantage when you weigh in. And like even though weight like sometimes doesn't have a factor in it, but at this level when you're fighting against other skilled trained guys, the weight does affect. Because like if they're able to use their weight and use their technique and their skill, and you're just smaller and you're just using your technique and you're trying to use your strength, but the strength doesn't compare because there's a big like weight difference, right? That affects the outcomes. So it's like right now I'll stay 125, and then later in time I'll probably develop a little bit more and get into those bigger divisions. But I like 25 right now.
Bro. One moment, technical. I'm my own cameraman right now.
Oh, you good?
Cool. So like, so do you watch like UFC, obviously Bellator? Do you watch all those, anything like that?
Yeah, I watch pretty much all types of combat. It's pretty much the sport I watch the most because I look at it like just studying. Yeah, like you would do for anything. Like class, you have to study and do your homework. Like I look at watching fights like as my homework. It's part of like the job. Like if you're gonna learn something, you're gonna try to learn something every day. You can learn stuff through visually watching. Like you see something cool in a fight, you're like maybe I'll throw that in some drills and start drilling that. Like see if it works for me, and just like pick other fighters' brains by watching them perform. Yeah. So I watch kickboxing, like Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu, all the different things in their pure like element, and then also MMA. So
what made you choose MMA over boxing?
I feel like it's more complete. Like I like boxing. Boxing's beautiful. Like the art of it it's so satisfying to watch somebody move and slip
like
and
Canelo,
weave.
like dude, like them head movements,
little Simonin. Canelo, man. I think boxing is its own thing. It's a beautiful art, but MMA is a little bit more realistic, complete. Like as a useful martial arts, I feel like it's very applicable to any real life scenario, and that's what I feel like. I want to fight how it would really go down, like using all my weapons, you know, using my elbows, using my knees, using my legs, using these kicks. Because, like, in real life, like, somebody can kick you, I'm gonna kick you, you know? Like, I'm gonna use it, and I'm not just gonna stick to the boxing. You want to box me? Good luck. I'm gonna kick you in your face. Like, like, it's different. Like, but I respect all of those arts.
Like fully complete, well-rounded, you know what I'm saying? Fully complete.
Like, you get everything. And I like grappling. Like, grappling and being able to, like, choke somebody out and be able to manipulate and control somebody and be able to impose your will like that. Like, it's a beautiful art.
Right.
Because I think putting that together with the strikes and then taking people down and just learning how to ground and pound, like... Something about it, man. I just love the sport in general. Like, just it's so pure.
What's not to love?
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying?
What's not? It's so many aspects.
So many ass whoopings given and stuff. What's not
it's
to
just
love?
So much to learn too. It's like, you know, that's exciting.
You ever watch flow grappling?
Flow grappling for sure.
Yeah, bro. That shit.
Flow grappling's cool.
That should be crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever competed in any like strictly grappling competitions?
Yeah, I did. Like, I've done a couple tournaments. You know, just Naga and some, like, I forgot what the other name was. It was like US something. So I did that, and then I did one that was in a cage. It was like Texas Clash.
Oh shit!
It was a submission series grappling thing.
That's dope.
And they gave you like a little check if you won. So I got me a little 150.
Oh, hey bro, something.
A little something for the travels.
Exactly.
You know, we went out there. And a couple of guys from the gym, we did it. And this weekend, actually, a couple guys from our gym are going to be doing something similar.
Oh,
so they're going to be doing like a submission series event. So we do these regularly, like in between fights.
Because it like tweaks out, you know, like tweaks, like making sure I'm still got it, learn something new or test yourself.
And it's fun because you don't get hurt doing those, really.
Bro, right?
Yeah.
You know, I would think, you know, I'm saying right like I fucking fight, but right? You know what I'm saying? Like I imagine, unless some dude is just like, I'm gonna fuck this man up. Like, but other than that, it's just
get the occasional arm break when people don't want to tap. Man, when people don't tap and you just hear that shit's terrible.
What's your thoughts on that? Like getting put into like, if ever getting put into like a situation where you're in it, like you're either getting choked or, you know, he has your arm, a limb. What's your mindset? Is it like, you know what,
in a fight?
Yeah, well, like in, you know, professional combat, are you like, I gotta put my health first, just fuck it, tap, or are you just like fighting? If it's in
jiu-jitsu and it's just strictly jiu-jitsu, I'm a probably tap. If I know I can't get out, because I'm not gonna risk not being able to fight and not be able to get back in there, like because of such a serious injury. If it's in a fight that's really like I need to win it, I'm not gonna tap. I like, you gotta deal with it after, but when you're in there, it's like if he breaks something or if something like gets dislocated, you just gotta wait till that round's over to get that shit fixed and then get back in there. But for the most part, like, nah, I'll choke. Like, I'll fucking go out before I feel like I tap. I just like will fight till the last second,
to the death.
I just really think like if I gut it out, a lot of the times people will quit because they're like, oh, it's not working.
They're tired of themselves.
It's not working, and then you're just like, and it's like, yo, you almost got me.
Like, hey, bro, a little bit more of that shit, I would have been gone, dog.
It's like that was close, but not there.
I feel that, dog. That's just a crazy thing to think about because like I said, I watch UFC and stuff like that. And, you know, the interviews, they say there's a rule where, like, if I pass out and I don't tap, then I can't fight for, like...
Yeah, there's suspension.
Yeah, like some rules
there's like that, too. There's like a 6-month suspension or something. But I'm like, if you lose that badly, you might want those 6 months to, like, kind of get yourself back together and also, like, grow and figure out like what went wrong, you know, reassess. But that's at a different stage in your career. I think right now at this level, as far as I know, if you get like choked out or something, they don't take you out of commission.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
I could be wrong though, because I don't read all the rules like that.
Hey, it's all a learning process.
They just tell me what to do, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Like
no ifs, ands, and buts. I got you, man. As long as I'm in that cage, we all gravy, bro. What do you think about bare knuckle?
Bare knuckle's dope. I love that shit. That shit's nice. You seen Mike Perry?
That's my dog.
You
the
seen
Nigerian Nightmare?
The Nigerian Nightmare?
The 2% black, the brother from another mother.
For sure.
Dogs be having that Mike Perry in them, dog.
Dude, Mike Perry's a real one.
He is a real one. Would you ever think you step in that realm?
Probably when I'm done with MMA, for sure. I've told my coach, I'm like, man, I could get like 2 bare knuckle fights. That shit would be fun. I wouldn't do it for like a long career.
Oh yeah.
Because like by that point, I think I'd want to like be a little bit
smarter,
be a little bit more in the coaching aspects of things at that time in my career. But I would definitely do it for the experience of being able to get like a couple bare knuckle fights in. That looks really interesting to me. Like, just, you know, go in there, scrap, like, just with your hands, you know,
right?
Feel the bone.
Bro.
You know, you might break some stuff, you might break your hand, but it's like,
I think
Kombat.
Sean O'Malley or somebody said it. There's a quote going around that was like, boxing and MMA is for the fighters, bare knuckles for the dogs, dog.
Bare knuckles for the dogs.
Bro. Oh my!
You seen that
God.
Chad Mendes
and Eddie Alvarez fight? That's for the motherfucking
that
dogs.
The dogs right there. They came out to play. Man, that was a good fight.
That was that card. I think put bare knuckle on the map, and Mike Perry is the face of bare knuckle.
Mike Perry did his thing,
and he's a free agent right now, which is crazy. Because if UFC wanted to re-sign him real quick and just put on a Conor McGregor fight, bro, that one and done. It'll be a big payday for him.
For sure.
And he has all the hype because, like I said, he's the face of bare knuckle fight club.
He really is. And I feel like after he left the UFC, he got even more popular.
Oh, for sure.
Like his fan base grew even more. Sure, bro. But he's such a likable character and person. Yeah. Like the stuff that he puts out and the way he presents himself is super intriguing. Like, people want to see more of that because it's like really entertaining. Like the shit he says, he's crazy.
How he acts, bro.
And how you've seen him grow throughout his career, because he started off like just a maniac, like crazy. And now you see him growing into like more of a family man, like a father, like, you know,
2 kids,
you know, like really proud fighting. Of that, and you see the growth in him, and you're like, damn, this boy real. Like, you know, he's getting after it. You know, he's looking good out here in his career. It's like, it's something you can aspire to. So I look at that. I'm like, Mike Perry, a dog.
Like, he even had this one in the UFC, this moment that kind of blew up when his girl was his cut man. Yeah, she was the only one in his current corner, bro.
We were all like, man, he really got his girl up in his corner. We were telling some of the guys like, hey, take your girl, like, you know,
right? And like,
she'll be in the corner.
They were like, what advice was she giving you? And she was like, I just kept saying, hit him. Like, hit him. Like,
it worked.
Bro, it worked, right?
He won that fight.
But yeah, man, I think bare knuckle is just it's for the dogs, man. It's for the dogs.
You like bare knuckle?
Fuck.
You ever do it?
Nah. Other than like fights, like, honestly, bro, full disclosure, I never really had any fights. I just had like slap boxes. Like, that was it, bro.
I remember seeing those.
Yeah, right. So I'll just do that shit in the restroom sometimes. Rest in peace.
That's where it would be at.
Yeah, rest in peace, my homeboy. He put me on that shit. Yeah. Like, he was like, bro, I'll be your first. Like, some Papa Cherry shit. He was like, you know what, bro? Like, come on. You know, we cool. We brothers. Let's go ahead and slap box. I'll be your taste to it. Okay. So, like, he got me into it. And then, like, one time after class, like the next day, I was like, let's go slap box. And he's like, bro, what? He was like, it was just your first time yesterday, dog. Yeah. Like, and I was like, bro, I want to do it. So then after that, we would kind of like slap box every now and then, because I was like, bro, let's just
got into it.
Bro, I just got into it. So like, but bare knuckle, bro, I love fights so much that I even watch fights in Russia.
Oh yeah, those Russian fights are crazy.
Top Dog, it's bare knuckle too, and they got haystack. They got haystacks all around that shit.
Dude, they got some nasty.
They got some dogs over there too.
They're just throwing
in motherfucking jeans too, dude, bro.
And I've seen one dude in sandals, just just going.
If the world wasn't how it is right now, or in general, I would legit go to Russia just to watch one of them, because that's how much I love fighting.
Yeah, that would be an experience, man. I've never been out to Russia, but I'd be down to go out there to watch some people just throw down like that.
I'm saying, dog, right?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Man, dog. So who are some people you watch in like combat sports in general, and you're like, damn, like, I want to take some of that game, or I idolize them, you know what I'm saying? So who are some people for you?
Man, there's a couple of dudes that like I like the way they play their game. Like I like Henry Cejudo for how Triple C because he's super smart, man. Like
very fucking smart.
I love the way he takes a fight and analyzes it and breaks it down to like certain things where he's gonna be able to succeed more than others, and I feel like that's a big part like of a fight game, like being able to strategize and make a plan. So I take a lot of influence after like trying to be a little bit more intelligent with my approach to a fight.
Yeah.
And because I have time to learn and I have time to like make those plans and strategize and build a game off of that. So I look at him and I'm like, that's smart. I need to do that. Like that's a good idea. Man, a couple other guys, can't really think of much. I watch a couple of different. Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje, I look up to that dude. First off, always a banger, always puts on a show.
The human highlight for a reason,
dude.
He should be called the murderer, bro. Cause like if you see his opponent's faces after he gets done fighting, just crazy. Looks like they just went through hell, man. Yeah. And he's just like.
Like he's just happy. He's just happy to be there,
bro.
And that's what I love. Like I see the way he takes it. And he goes in there and he's just happy to be there. And I'm like, that's how I feel, man. Like you're just happy to be there. Like that's the fun. That's the fun part.
Like, I'm happy to give you these hands.
Like,
this ass whooping.
You see some dudes come in there and they're like they look like angry or mad,
serious,
or like they look a little nervous. Like, bro, like this is fun. Like
we're having fun.
We're having fun here, dude. Have fun with me. Come on. Let's have a good time, dude.
Let's go ahead, bro.
Let's go,
bro. Okay, so Triple C, which I think he won the fight with Aljamain Sterling, or had he not taken that break, he would whoop Aljamain like 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, man, that fight was a little close. That fight was close. I'm not like angry with the decision.
Me neither.
But the thing about Aljo is he's so boring. Like his style is super effective, but it's not very entertaining. Like you look at him and he's very great at control. Like his back control is crazy. Like his ability to like use his wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
All that. Like he's a great fighter, but damn, he just slows it down so much. It's not exciting for the people.
My thing is like with Peter Yan, you know what I'm saying?
I like Piotr.
Yeah, he's on a little skid right now, dog.
But he's
still good. He's still cool. Yeah. Hopefully he finds his way back to the win column. But Aljamain, like I don't like how he purposely tries to bait you into a knee. I feel because like against Henry, ground. He was just like I thought I was watching a music video. He was just going like this.
He started moving his lower back.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you're just asking to get kneed. You're asking for someone to get disqualified.
Yeah, he's using the rules to his advantage.
Exactly. And I'm just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, but Peter Yan put on a banger with Sean O'Malley. That was that
was a good one.
Either way, I would have been good with a tie. I would have been good if Yan won. I would have been good if Sugar won. Because honestly, those were just
for sure.
That was a dog fight right there.
Yeah, so that was a good fight. Yeah. Sean O'Malley, I like his striking, man.
Sugar Sean,
he's so slick. But I'd like to see him fight like Cheeto again. I think that would be fun to see because they didn't really get a fight that long. And I like Cheeto. Like Cheeto Vera, he's another fighter I really like look up to. Yeah, because he's a workhorse. Like I like those dudes that like I watch the guys that really be putting in all their effort. Like like coming from wherever and just like grinding it out till they get there, guys that may have lost before, they come from losses but rise from the ashes, like I really like that. Guys like Max Holloway too, like just straight dogs, fucking out here from a young age fighting, just scrapping, just always putting on a show. That's the main thing. Like I look up to those dudes that be putting on a show because they're happy to be there. First of all, they love entertaining the people, and at the end of the day, it's a performance. It's like if you're not selling tickets, if you're not wanting people to watch you, like you're not gonna make it very far because you got to be interesting. You got to be a commodity. Like at the end of the day, it's business, and those guys that are able to like be happy doing their job. Like it's like anything. If you're happy doing your job, you never have to work a day in your life. So it's the same concept for fighting. It's a job, and if you're happy to do it, it's your passion, it's like what you love to do, like you're not working, man, you're having fun. So those guys that are having fun in there,
having fun.
Yeah. Those are the guys I look up to.
Bro, before I go further real quick, I want to get your take. Triple C or Cheeto, because they're fighting.
Cheeto.
Bro, the UFC would have made so much more money if it was Aljo and Sean and Triple C versus Marab.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like so Marab much money, all of them. You think so?
I think so, man. I think Marab is good. Like, his wrestling, his ability to just shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot and not give, like, his last fight, I don't know how many times he shot, but it was in the double digits.
Yeah, I think so.
Crazy.
I heard that.
Like, he was just nonstop. Like, yeah. And that is terrible because guys start dropping their hands and then it lines you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on, so like, if you ever get put in this position, I'm pretty sure you know where I'm going. Aljamain and Marab, best friends. Aljamain's the champ and Marab is #1 contender, but they choose not to fight because of their friendship, brotherhood. What would you do if you were in that situation?
Honestly, if they were my friend, they know we gonna scrap. Like, because at the end of the day, we having fun. So it's not really personal. Like, it's never personal. And I feel like the people I surround myself with, like, if it was for a UFC championship fight, like, we would both be like, hey, we're both the best. Let's go out there and figure out, like, who's on top right now. Like, it's not gonna affect anything. It's not... I don't see it as such a big deal, but I do see, like, some dudes, they're like, nah, that's where I draw the line. Like, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I feel like I want my friend to be like, hey, let's just go scrap. Like, it's just like, this is what we do every day. We punch each other already. We already, like, beat each other up. Might as well go out there. You can go to little separate camps, you know, do your own thing, and then meet up, fight, you know. Doesn't affect anything.
I feel like that's where you see, like, true colors, and that's where you see, like, the best version of each other. Yeah. Because who knows you better than your best friend, your training partner, your this and that. So
probably gonna be a crazy fight.
Because now I'm a train, and then like you know, it's all love, it's all good until, like, let's say he says something, and then you're like, okay. So now you're being like that. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's like it's a test at the same time because you're like, okay, maybe you weren't really for me this whole time.
For sure. I thought. It definitely shows you, like, because if somebody beats me and that's my boy and they won the championship, you best believe I'll be happy for them. Yeah. Like, hey, you beat me. Like, there's no hard feelings. Like, shit, you lose sometimes. You got to be okay with losing. Like, you got to learn how to lose. Because it's part of life. Like, if you don't know how to lose, you're never gonna get anywhere. Because you're just gonna be stuck in that same place of, like, man, like, feeling bad for yourself. It's like, nah, celebrate your people around you. Celebrate them for their achievements, even if their achievements outweighed yours. Like, so I feel at the end of the day, no animosity. And if they felt a type of way about it, like, I'd be like, hey, I respect that, you know. Like, we won't fight, but if it's up to me, I'm down to fight.
Right, dog. Right. What are your thoughts? So, what's your record, real quick, bro?
I'm 4-0 right now.
Okay. That's
officially.
Hey, bro. Yeah. Bless. What are your thoughts on wins and losses?
Wins and losses, they're the same. The wins are nice. Losses suck. But, like, at the end of the day, I don't really know, man. Like, it's just a check on, like, your record. That's it. I feel like for boxing it's more important, but for MMA it's more of a recency thing. So, like, if you go on a 5 win streak, but you've had, like, 1 or 2 losses, but they were before that win streak, the win streak outweighs those losses. Like, they don't really look at that. It might not look as, like, picture perfect, like, oh, he's undefeated, you know?
Shit. Yeah,
like, that holds weight, but that also holds pressure.
Yeah,
because then people are like, oh, he's undefeated, they expect you to win, they expect you to do all,
or they want to see you get knocked out. They're like,
or they want to see you lose. Yeah, for sure. So you get that with it, but wins and losses, it's just noise. It's just, like, extra little, like, novelty for people to, like, absorb. But then at the end of the day, like, sometimes you lose at the gym, man. Like, you're training, like, you don't win every day.
Yeah.
Like, some days you get messed up and you're like, fuck, like, man, that was a rough training session. But that's how you learn to deal with loss, because you learn from that. And you're like, oh, I'll come back tomorrow. Like, I'll get my licks back in and, you know, we'll get it going. and learn from it. But I don't really concern myself with putting too much value on wins and losses. Mm-hmm. I don't like that to weigh me down. I've experienced both, so I'm no stranger to either, you know.
Like you said, win streaks and losses. Like one of my favorite fighters right now, Charles Du Bronx.
Yeah,
you know, he reinvented. Like, he just went to the drawing board and he came out a straight dog, and now he's just he ran through the top 5 in the division
for sure.
Definitely think he should run it back with Islam.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that's the next fight they're making.
But it's so crazy because at that weight class you have so many, like, so much money, so many good matches. Like, you could rerun Volk. Yeah. You could rerun that and I'll watch it.
The Volkanovski.
Yes,
but what about Volkanovski and Yair?
I think Volk is gonna win.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. I know it's the Mexican roots. It made me happy when I seen him and his mom and his dad in the ring. I was like, you know,
how can you say this?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but from like, bro, I think. Because Islam, you look at Islam, you look at like Khabib 2.0 basically.
Yeah, he's like a carbon copy, but he's got better striking.
Yeah, you know?
I think his grappling isn't as efficient as Khabib, but he's still better than pretty much everybody else.
But where I was going with it is like, you see Islam, right? And you're like, okay, just like Khabib, nobody can beat this man. Yeah. Running through people, you're like, how? So you put Volk in there and you're like, the shortness, like he was saying, where's the short man, whatever the fuck. Yeah. And then you see him and you see Volk do what he was doing and you're like, what's going on here?
Volk's crazy.
Like shorter than him, coming from lower weight class.
Yeah, 145.
Yeah, and you're just like, he's doing this to him what other 155s can't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, with Yair, I'm like, it's all love. But you lost to Holloway
for sure,
and Volk ran through that man. One is a debate, but you know what I'm saying. So like, that's why I
feel like 1 is a debate, 2 was definite, and 3 was also a debate for the Holloway fight.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I see that too. Yeah.
Like that was definitely iffy. Mm-hmm. But I see what you're saying. Like, how can this short little dude, like, coming from a lower weight class, go up there and challenge himself? I thought that was a perfect matchup for him, dude. Perfect. Because, like, I think his size was an advantage. Being smaller and being as compact, like, you see Volkanovski, he don't have a neck. Like, that boy is straight shoulders right there. Like, he's so strong and so compact. Like, if you look at his build, he's very, like, bouncy. He's very spring-loaded.
I didn't notice that, but like, I'm gonna look back at that. So he
comes from an explosive background in rugby, right?
Yep.
So he's used to like having to explode and like be very fast twitch. Mm-hmm. So I saw that, and I see Islam. He's a little bit more of a grind. Like, he grinds the pace out, and Volk's striking's fast, and speed beats like everything. So
yeah, that is true. That is true.
Because he was faster, I thought he would have the advantage on the feet, but I thought Islam for sure would try to dominate the grappling. But with the ability that Volkanovski had to stop the grappling, it was crazy. Like, nobody expected that.
So beautiful.
But he trains with like Craig Jones, and it's one of the top jiu-jitsu guys, and that's what I feel like gives him that confidence to be able to like just chill in a lot of positions, because he knows he's gonna be able to get out.
That man Volk is just different, man. Like, I think he is the pound for pound, no question.
I agree.
He was beat Islam like, bah, like Islam holding him in a grapple. He's like, I ain't.
He's like smiling,
he's smiling. He was like, yeah. Like, and I'm just like, bro, like, I was watching that with my in-laws, and my in-laws, like, I'm a no sabo kid. I don't speak Spanish, and they fully speak Spanish. Yeah, and they were loving it too, cause like in my house, that's all that's on. I even got, shout out to my son. He's 1 year and 6 months, right?
Oh, congrats!
Thank you. 1 year and 6 months. I kid you not. Mm-hmm. He's eating at the dinner table. Nothing's on the TV. We turn on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's a free UFC fight.
He's watching it.
He's watching it. He's like, because he sees me when I watch the UFC pay-per-view.
He knows how to react.
Yes, but he knows what he wants to watch. Yeah. And then what he does too is he gets his bears and he's grappling. I kid you not, man. Like, he's getting them. He'll go like this. Like,
he's moving through the position.
It could be like a little. Nah, he ain't doing that. But it could be like, okay, a coincidence. Maybe I'm saying it, but I've never really seen. And I hate those people too. I'm not trying to be those like, oh, my kid, I never seen this before. Like, I've never seen though, for real, a a kid get these bears and he's picking them up, he's throwing them, he's picking them up, he's moving them like that. I'm gonna show you a video too off
you got to.
And like it's just crazy, man, because like you said, it's in our blood. It is in our blood, and it just takes that one thing to spark it up.
Hey man, take him to a jiu-jitsu gym. Like,
well, yeah, of course. When he gets older,
once he gets old enough to like move around, I think if you introduce him to that'd be a great environment for him.
I grew up with a single mom, so like I was in sports, but I wasn't like pushed that much. She pushed me, but it's to where I made it seem like, oh, I don't like the way she's acting, but it was all tough love, you know, because she needed. So I want to do the same, but like figure out what he really likes to be like, you know. So I'm gonna put him in everything, see what you like,
have him like try different things out, so he knows what he would want.
For sure.
I see that. There's a lot of benefits in that,
of course, but you know, like me, I love watching fights. I love doing that. But his mom, she's very supportive too. But of course, that's baby. She'll be like, "Oh no, not my baby, mijo." Yeah. And she's from Mexico too, okay. so she's my credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mexican verified.
She's your credit card, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like my Mexican card valid.
Yeah.
But switching to the topic, bro. What are your thoughts on like getting finishes and letting the fights go to the judges?
I don't like it to go to the judges. Like, I always look for a finish. If I can't get a finish, like I know I'm gonna do everything I need to win. Like I'm gonna break them. But there's certain guys that are hard to finish. Like just guys that have similar mentalities to like I feel like myself when they go in there and they're like, nah, we're gonna put everything out there. Like you know, like those are the guys that are a little bit tougher to get out because they won't quit on themselves. So because of that, like sometimes you go to a decision, but I rather finish, like just finish them.
Would you ever like? Because me personally, this is my opinion only. I'm not a fighter. But if you let it go to the judges, y'all both lost. Y'all didn't do y'all jobs. That's how I look at it. Me, I could be wrong, you know, biased because I never stepped in the ring, and I fully understand that. But if you felt like you got robbed, you know what I'm saying? Like you got
to be ready for like that split decision if it's too close. But like, hey, you get that sometimes, man. It's very competitive. So like when it's very competitive and somebody's equally up to par with your skills and they're eating that shit, like they're tough too, like you going back and forth, it's like guys won't go, like they won't get out. Like it's just like like you'll go for the finishes and stuff and it's like you're sweaty, you're slippery, it's like sometimes you can't get submissions in or like shit knockout sometimes, like you can't get a knockout, man. Like
it's just not.
You just can't get it,
and it's
like,
not you.
And you can't force it either because, like, a lot of the times those knockout punches, they're just really well placed, really good timing, and just catching somebody off guard. And when you're in the zone and you're both like going, it's hard to like really get that. But I feel. Yeah, you got to be prepared to lose too, by the decision sometimes, and that's just part of the sport. Like sometimes you'll get robbed, and it's just like, but what will the people remember? Because the people is what matters.
That's true.
So if the people think you won, you straight. Yeah, you good.
You would you consider like running it back if it ever went to decision and like you won though? You won, but it went to decision and you won. Would you ever be like, I want to run that back?
I would. I would definitely, like if it was a good fight and I'm like, damn, that would be a good fight to have again. Like because you enjoy the fight, right? So it's like certain fights you're like, man, that was a fun one, like that one was good,
run it back.
That one was good, like let's do it again. Like the fight I had previously that went 3 rounds, like I won that one unanimous. Like I won every round, and I knew I had won at the end of the day. Like I pointed him. I got him down to the ground. I controlled position. I was the one that was dictating the pace of the fight. I was the one landing more damage. Right. I knew I had won, but it was a great fight, and I'd do that one again if I could. But I probably throughout my amateur career right now, got a couple more fights that I'm trying to do, and then look into starting like going pro. So doing the pro circuit and getting in there. That's when rematches come a little bit more important. But at such a early on in the career, it's like not really done that much because you're fighting different competition, new competition, so you don't really get a lot of opportunities for rematches. Like that's once you get to a bigger stage, you know, you get more eyes on you. People are a little bit more interested. They're like, all right, yeah, they're like, all right, let's run it back because that's gonna draw numbers.
Like Dustin Poirier and Gaethje.
Exactly.
But my thing is, and like, you know, Mayweather, I grew up watching Mayweather fights because at the time he was like the biggest boxing star.
Yeah.
Like in my
for
teens
sure.
and stuff. He had I liked his philosophy where he was like, all right, yeah, I didn't think I won. Let's run it back. Yeah. Like he did that. And it took me to mature to realize that. Because at first I was like, bro, you already beat him. Yeah, like we want to see something new. But he said, all right, yeah, I think I didn't win. Let's run it back.
Let me prove it.
And then maturing also is realizing that he was really a good strategic boxer.
Dude.
That's to me realizing that, dog.
Yeah.
Like to hit and not get hit. And then I watch his fights and I'm like, you're actually hitting them. Yeah. I didn't think you were. I just thought you were dancing around the whole time.
That's what it looks like from the outside, right?
Yes.
I was the same way, man. And then I started learning and I was like, man, he's kind of cold.
Fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you could say he was cherry picking his opponents. Maybe, maybe.
But that's what boxers do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, that's kind of how boxing goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of times you wanna pick, like, the best fights for your career and the time that it is during your career. Like, there's certain hard fights that you're gonna wait. Okay, let's wait for this guy to get a little bit more
seasoned.
Yeah, a little bit older, you know. Run them out a little and then go for it.
Like, but in MMA, man, hey, give me your best, and
I've been fighting 28, 30-year-olds. Like, I've been fighting old ass people compared to my age, but it ain't nothing because, like, man, there's young guys out here that are like 15, 16, and they can work a lot of these adults that I see, and it's like, it don't matter. It don't matter, really. Don't matter.
Because, like, Daniel Cormier, he was 30 years old when he started MMA.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's like, but those are the guys, like, the athletes. Like,
yeah, he was wrestling. Yeah.
Like, Olympic wrestler. Like, freaking all these accolades before.
All that jazz, bro.
And he comes in and he's like, I'm going to do this. And then he got his boxing, like, really clean. Like, that's what, Daniel Cormier has some good hands. Like, he goes in there and he'd be slipping. Like, how does he move like that? You know,
like that. He's
just jiggling right over and slipping. Bro. I was like, damn, bro.
God, like,
he's crazy.
This fight thing, just like you said, man. Like, it gets me excited, man. Like, I could give two fucks less. I could be tired. I could be mad. I could be happy. And like, just to chill, I'll put on a fight. Just to chill, I'll just be like, all right, let's
I go to sleep watching fights sometimes.
Right? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it puts me to sleep. I be relaxing. I'm like, shit.
It's like therapeutical. Like, and then I get so excited. Like, I treat every fight that's coming on that I really want to watch like it's somebody's birthday. Like, I tell my wife, I'm like, hey, we gotta be home at this time.
Yeah, like it's time to fight.
She knows the Bronx. She knows
the deal.
She knows the deal. I'm like, what you want to do? Because let's go do it now. Because UFC starts at this time. And I'm like, I had this job. I was the stock team.
Yeah.
And they were fighting Abu Dhabi. Oof. So of course, you know, and I was working from like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So whenever we got done in the noon. So in Abu Dhabi, the time is like.
Yeah, it's like a 12-hour time difference.
So I had my motherfucking phone out, watching it, and my manager comes by and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's not my fault they fighting in Abu Dhabi, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, go talk to the UFC.
Yeah, bro. Like, don't look at me like it. Do Bronx, bro. Come on, dog."
Yeah,
and my thing also is too, bro, is like, you know, you don't have to get into detail, but are you a full-time fighter or you have a part-time?
So I'm part-time. I try to be as full-time as I can be because my philosophy is like I want to be professional. You know, I want to train at the highest level type. Like, I want to give myself the most opportunity to grow. I have to put in the time and the effort. So Monday through Thursday, I'm working like my training session, and I'll have a training session in the morning. I'll be like 2 or 3 hours, right? I'll go eat something, you know, get a lifting session in. 3 days out of the week, so I'll do my strength and conditioning like 3 days out of the week after that morning session. I try to spread it out for recovery, and then I have my afternoon session, which is like hard rounds, you know, going and grappling. And then Mondays, Wednesdays, and sometimes early Saturday mornings I have my pad sessions with my striking coach.
Nice.
And we go late after training in the afternoon. Me and my boy Hector Signs, he fights for Fury.
Shout out him. Shout out Fury. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out Andrew, Big Baby MMA. That's my striking coach right there. And we go to his place and we just get to work in the garage, you know, just cooking up the combos, you know, flowing.
2-piece Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? Boom, boom.
Just back and forth, drilling technique. And it is like full-time and part-time, because the weekends I work, I serve. I work at Uptown area, so I'm out there just serving, getting tips, doing what you gotta do, doing what I need to do to be able to pay.
And ain't no shame in that, bro.
Yeah, no,
ain't
for
no
sure.
shame in that.
I enjoy it too, because it's like I get to talk to people, and you get to like certain people really are kind, and they make you your day better. Like they're really kind to you. They're like you were great, like, you know, like I appreciate you, like thank you for serving us, you know. And they're really grateful. So it's like, you know, you get a good little feeling out of it. And I don't make bad money there, so it helps with my expenses. But what helps a lot is like my sponsorships. So I have like a couple of sponsors, and they give me some money for camp, and I put them on my shorts and stuff, and, you know, just a little promo for them and everything.
That's lit, bro. That's the dream.
I have the support system, which is important.
Right there, dog. That is so important. And plus, you know, one of the things, as soon as, you know, we started talking, even before the cameras, I was like, you talk. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some fighters, or there's some people who are just like, I just fight. You know what I'm saying? But you, like, having that job, like you said, some people are nice. It gives you the practice to talk to people.
I talk to people all day.
Yep. And meet people. And that way, you know, because it's more than a fighter. That's why I started this too. Because it's like, I want to know more about this guy who I'm like, I enjoy seeing kick ass in the cage, but what's he like a person? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I like that you say that, because a lot of people think like fighting will be your entire personality, and that's just who you are. It's a big aspect of my life, but I'm a person. Like, I'm a regular person, you know.
Bro, you're somebody's son. You're an employee at so and so.
I work somewhere. Yeah, I'm doing all this other stuff too. I go to like, I'm studying right now. Hey,
bro, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't make it to you.
Hey, you got a home up there. You ever want to go to the gym with me? I'll be out there.
On the cool, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I was gonna wait for off camera, but hey, if you ever want, like, I don't know if you see UFC Embedded.
Oh yeah.
Hit me up, dog.
Hey,
I'll do that. I'll be there bright and early when you want, and when the lights turn off too, I'll be there too.
We'll have to schedule that, man, for sure.
Dog,
because
if ever
I will hit you up for sure for that. I'll get like a good week, and then and then you
no pressure.
Do your thing.
Let everything just run smoothly, bro. Just picture me as I'm a fly on the wall, bro. Because I understand. You know what I'm saying?
I know how it is. I've gotten a couple like film crews that I've done it. It's a little weird at the beginning, but you kind of get used to it. You just ignore it. Yeah, and it's like it's cool. I like it. And I think that would be something fun to do. Yes, that would be something fun.
What are you studying?
So I study exercise science right now.
Okay.
Everything's within the realm of like my what I enjoy, which is physical, fitness, well-being, you know, bettering myself. So like I study exercise science for kinesiology is the major. But basically, like, for strength and conditioning, that's what I want to specialize in for coaching. So like, I really am a big fan of how to optimize the body and how to be very prepared and physically like at the best shape that you can be, because that's a big part of like going into a fight. So for the most part, I'm my own guinea pig. I do all my strength and conditioning type stuff, and I've been testing it out on myself. And like, I want more time to be able to train other people, but right now I've been kind of spread thin with finishing my degree, which I should be done hopefully at the beginning of the next year. That's what I'm shooting for.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Me too, man. Like, if there's any setbacks, it'd be like maybe I'll graduate in the summer, but I'm trying to get it done as quick as possible, because classes are a little rough with training.
I bet, dog.
You get in there,
the job, everything, all this. I know, dog.
But I love it. It's like if I'm not learning something, I'm not growing. So, and being able to learn more about like how to program and how the body works, how the biomechanics of everything is, like, it's super important, because I have a different understanding and a different way of like learning now. So like, because I know all these details about the body, I have a pain here, I know where I gotta fix it, like it connects to this part of my body. Like, let me go do my own therapy, I do my own rehab. Like, I've learned throughout time, like from injuries and from learning from other people, like people that I've gone to do rehab with, and my chiropractor, he sponsored me. So like, if I have questions and stuff, I ask him like, hey, what does this do? And that's like, I learned from him too. So it's like all aspects I'm trying to just get a little bit better, learn a little bit more, and it pours into everything in my life.
So you said kinesiology?
Yeah, kinesiology.
KINSOLOGY. Did I get it right?
Shit, I don't know how to spell it.
I'm not a spelling bee champ either.
I'm not a speller like that.
Nah, but
I'm dyslexic.
Nah, bro, but hey, salute to you, man. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, I hope you graduate whenever you graduate. Like, even if it's like 5 years from now, you graduate. You know what I'm saying? That's the main goal, is that you do that. The sooner the better, but hey, whenever
my parents ain't gonna let me go any other way. They say, you gonna graduate and then you gonna fight.
Hey, good fight. You gotta go study now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Go hit the books. You hit this man, go hit the books now.
My mom after the fight, she's like, so when are you gonna get your class stuff together?
Congrats.
And I was like,
but you know, so there.
Yeah, you know, like, you gotta finish. And my dad told me the same thing. You know, he told me something that was like, it made me feel really good. He was like, finish, like, you're almost there, like, just finish. And I was like, I am. Like, he's like, what's your plan? And I told him my plan. He's like, okay, good, because I want you to dedicate more time to your like fighting career. And he's like, I want you to be able to be like full-time in that. And that, when he said that, I was like, damn, I really gotta finish. Like, oh man, like, I got my dad's support right now. Like, I know if he's saying that, like, he means it. And he won't just say that because he's not that type of guy to be like just bullshitting, you know. He'll tell you the truth. Like, if he really thinks you're not good at something, like, he wouldn't tell you to pursue it. And that's why I look up to them, like, because they've been honest with me, and because they believe in me, I know I can do it. I'm like, oh, they would never lie like that to me.
Lovely thing to hear, bro. I'm bet when you have like you said, bro, like your whole people behind you, your family, your friends, your team, because like you say you have a team and everything, yes. But in that cage, when those doors close, it's just you and him and this mental. Yeah. And like, from what I think, because I've never been in it, I'm not no fucking fighter professional. You know, you need that calmness. You need that. All right. I don't got my mom, you know, stressing me out, saying if you don't win, I'm gonna kick you out, or they keep fighting. I don't have no baby mama drama. I don't have this and that. It's just everybody's cool. Everybody's calm. Everybody's taken care of. I just need to do what I got to do in there.
It's my moment.
This is my moment.
It's my home.
Yep.
It's my place. When I walk in there, it's like, it's game time. My eyes dilate, like, feel like a little animal in there. I look over, I see them breathing, I see their like fidgeting, I see every little detail, and I can feel it. And I was talking to my coach when they were wrapping my hands, just telling them, like, when I get in there, it's not me. It's me, but it's a deeper version of myself. Like, it's just freedom of expression. Like, like, I get to be 100% like just wild. Just like get in there and be a version of myself that you don't get to see all the time. Right. So it's a good feeling.
I bet, dog. I bet. It makes me wanna. I'm gonna do it one day. Just one little taste, bro. But what do you think? Like, if you like, do you think? Because you seem like you're a straightforward person. You know, like your father. If it didn't go the way it did go, like, what if you were like 2-2? Do you think you would still like be like, I'm gonna be a fighter, or do you think it'll be like, it's like a hobby kind of
like
thing?
What do you mean?
Like, you're 4-0, you know, every win, I'm pretty sure you get the momentum and you're like, I'm gonna do this, I can do this, I've been doing this. But you know, some people are very unfortunate to have be like 2-2 or 1-3. You know, what if it was flipped? Would you still think you have that motivation to keep going, or would it be just like a loss thing? Like, okay, dude, did that.
Like I said, like, losses don't define me. Like, I've been accustomed to them. I know there's somebody out there right now that can beat my ass. Like, I know that, but will they be able to after a certain amount of time? Like, will they still be able to? Will I not grow enough to get to the point where I'll be able to like stand my own? That won't happen. Like, I'm not gonna stop, you know. Right. And that's the thing. Like, you can beat me today, I'll beat you tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I'm gonna keep getting better, and I'm gonna keep learning.
Yeah.
And man, if I felt that way after a loss, like, I shouldn't be doing this, because that's not the right mentality to have. If you already given up on yourself, like, you can't do that. And it also depends on how you lose. Like, did you get, like, just humiliated? Like, did you get really just like the dude I beat, like, so quick? You know, you should really go back and reassess, like, am I ready to start fighting yet? That's what you should reassess. Like one dude I fought, and it was my second fight. Yeah, finished him ground and pound, like a minute something, and he went off, and he took some time, he fought again, he lost again. Like, that's what happens when you don't reassess right away. Like, you gotta go, okay, let's fix whatever was wrong, because it didn't feel like they fixed a lot. And if I ever lost in such a fashion, I would have to be like, all right, let's take a step back. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, let's fix this, and then let's get back, and let's keep winning. Like, let's get back to it. But you gotta take those losses and learn from them, not let them, like, affect you. Like, losses suck, but they don't suck for that long. People will forget,
right?
Yeah.
So what does it mean to be a champion?
It's just another day, man. It's not anything different, you know. It's a nice little title to have, but it definitely feels good. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, when they put it around you, it feels great. But at the end of the day, you know, you're just another person. You know, you gotta keep walking with your head straight, and keep going into the gym and not have any ego on your shoulder, because when you have that, like, man, it holds you back. It's like, you go in there and, you know, like, I'm a champ, but, like, in here, like, this is my place to work. You know, you can't put any titles on your shoulder. But yeah, I like to think that I earned this, and, like, that status and that title. It's just a small little like good check mark I got, and I'm happy to have it. But I don't want it to get anything more than just, like, being grateful for this cool little trophy. You know, you
the hunted, but with a hunter mentality.
Yeah,
I see that, bro. I see it, and it's cool, because, like, you know, a lot of people, like Conor McGregor, for, you know, I'm not saying, like, you know, I'm not insulting, but no way it compares. But you see when people get to a high level to them, and they're like, I ain't gotta do nothing more, I already proved everything. But it's nice to hear from you that you still that dog, and you still want to go fight, and you still want to put on bangers and stuff like that.
I'm so young, I can't wait.
Right, dog. You know? And I'm excited for you, bro. Like, and it's an honor. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming to sit down with me and everything. So what's coming up, man? How many times in a year would you like to fight, or what's your windows like? You know what I'm saying? How many?
So I started my first amateur fight August of last year. That was the first one. So from August till now,
that's 11 months.
Yeah, it hasn't been a full year yet.
And you have 4 fights.
But I have 4 fights under me in like a year time frame. So I'm happy with the 4 fights. I wanted to get one more in before September, but they're not gonna have a show till September for Elevate. So I'm gonna defend this for the most. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the plan right now. Defend this in September. They don't have an official, like, person or date right now, but that's what they were telling me. Yeah, so probably September. But this year, from the time I started to August, it would be 4 fights in a year.
Bro, damn, that's crazy. Work ethic is just how the camps. I'm pretty sure the camps are like, again, like, man, what's the break like? What, like, is it a week, 2 weeks?
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay, not too bad. It
like 2 weeks.
Sanity, because I'm pretty sure
a little bit of a clear head.
Yeah,
try to take a little vacation. Try to have some rest. But it's like constant. Like, you just don't really get out of camp. To be honest, like, a lot of times I try to stay in shape.
Oh yeah,
I try not to get out of it, so, like, I'm always ready to go. But a little bit more lenient when you're out of camp. Like, I don't have to go. Sometimes if I want to go out, like, man, I got some plans with somebody, or, like, I'm gonna go eat here, or I'm gonna get together with the family, like, I won't have to say no. Like, I'll be able to say yes, because usually I'll be like, no, I can't go, I gotta train. Like, I put everything aside for that. Like, I don't have really a social life, like, outside of the people that are around me, like 24/7 when I'm training, you know. And then when I do have an opportunity to be a little bit more social, it's strange because it's like I got so much free time. Like,
oh my god, all this time, what do I do? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But then it goes away.
Yeah, then it like that. It's back in the grind mode, back in the gear, because that is. And all your camps are 8 weeks, or does it just depend on the type of fight?
8 to 6 weeks. It depends when they tell me.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So like when they let me know, but for the most part, I try to keep it like the 8-week camps. The first 2 weeks are like getting back in great, like good shape to grind out the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like you get to good shape so that you can work really hard for those 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then for the 6-week camps, it's like you kind of just go in there. It doesn't make too big of a difference. You just get a little bit less time. But I'm trying to get for this year, 2023. So I've had one fight January, one fight recently. That was my longest break right there, from January to this fight. Like I actually had a good amount of time, but I used that time just to get better and learn. So like I was still like training really hard and just improving my game. And I was happy with the results. I started with a wrestling coach, Justin. He's from J-Flow out in Spring Branch. So I go to him in the mornings. Been working my wrestling. Yeah. Like just strict Ohio, like NCAA style, like, you know, competitive wrestling with young guys like that are in high school right now competing for like state championships and stuff.
Damn,
so
that's crazy.
Like just working in that environment and growing, like that's what I took that time for. But this year I'll probably get 2 more fights in, so September, and then if they give me December, I'll get another one.
Hey bro, if I can, I'll be there, dog.
Hey,
straight up,
dude.
dog. Straight up,
you're
man.
Always welcome. I'll be happy to see your face
I'll
there.
be there, and I'll take a sign, whatever, dog.
Hey, man.
If Rodriguez loses, we right.
Nah, we ain't losing though. We ain't losing.
If he gets robbed from the judge, then hey, champ, you ain't got to worry.
I'll look the other way.
Yeah, but I forgot to ask you this, and it's like one of the important questions. Walkout song.
Oh, dude.
What's your walkout song?
I got different ones.
Well, lay them on me.
The first one was Chambea. Oh. You know, I came out to that Conejo Malo. I had to come out because it was a party for me. Like, the first one, I was like, all right, we're pumped. Like, this is exciting. Like, you know, I came out Chambea. Yeah. You know? And that was a good walkout song. The second one, man, I forgot what it was.
Okay.
I can't.
It's
I'm
cool.
not even gonna lie to you.
It's cool.
And the third one, Denzel Curry, Walking.
Oh, okay, my man.
Okay, nice little vibe. And this last one, I came out to something a little bit more like producer heavy. You know, The Alchemist.
Oh, of course.
All right, so The Alchemist, he made this collab album with Domo Genesis.
I've heard. Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So they have one. It's called like Fuck Everybody Else. Bro, the intro just dun, 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 dun. You know, it's just heavy on the acoustics, heavy on the piano, like nice orchestrated type instrumentals.
Get you in the mood.
And it sounded almost like just something theatrical. Yeah. And I knew, like, I listened to that one and I was like, this is a great walkout song, because the intro was like perfect for the
like a build up, like the walk through, everything like that.
And the lyrics, I was listening to them and I felt them. I was like, damn, like this is good. Like it's like sometimes what you feel inside your head, when you can connect with the song, and you can feel it, you know, coursing within you, and just like gets you going, gets your head like and your eyes narrowed in and focused.
Yeah, bro, I bet. So, dog.
I don't know what my next one will be, but I'll try to change it up.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna have like a set one. You just like until maybe you might find one.
I might find one that's set. This last one was pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
It's up there.
It's up there. It's definitely like a contender. Oh, you know,
that's fine. That's a banger, bro. Because like my thing is too is like, you know, if I ever fight or just in general, like your walkout song says a lot about you. I think, bro, like. It's just fire.
It does. It's cool to have it.
It is cool, bro.
Yeah, it's like it's something you look forward to. But like, dude, I don't be making like they be hitting me up like, "Hey, what's your walkout song?" I'm like 3 days out. I'm like, shit, I don't know.
Too much fire, bro.
I'm like looking through the playlist. Like, what am I gonna pick? And then I take a day just to to listen. I'm like, what gets me pumped? Like, you know, what gets me there? What gets me in the right attitude for this fight? Because each fight's a little different. So, like,
that's what I'm thinking.
What's my attitude in this fight? Like, what am I bringing to the table? What song shows that? Like, expresses it the best? And for this one, I was like, fuck everybody else. You know, fuck what they think. Fuck what they gonna say. Like, this is about me. Like, I'm gonna go in there and do me. Like, so I went out there with that, like, man, I'm gonna just do me tonight, and that song was perfect for it. So
I know, bro, and that's so fucking fire, dog. Cause I like that's like a pass me the aux moment. Like, you listening to what I'm putting on right now.
Like, listen to what's going on in my head, you know?
Yeah, bro, and that shit it's just fire, dog. Like, that's dope as fuck. So we wrapping it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. This is your camera right here. Tell your fans, your supporters, anything if you want to say to them, and just go ahead, bro. That's all you.
Want to give a shout out to all my people at 4 Ounce Fight Club. You know, all the coaches out there, Daniel Pineda, Chico, Frank, my guys, my training partners, Hector, Jose, Alden, J-Boy, Michael White, Josh. Congrats on that UFC debut.
Congrats. I don't mean to cut you off, but I seen that. Congrats, bro. You did your job, man.
Killed it.
You did your stuff.
All the other guys on the fight team, they know who they are. There's so many names to list, but I love everyone there. And my coach, Big Baby MMA, getting my striking right. I appreciate you for pouring all the time into me. Man, my parents and all the people that show love and support. My sister out there, supporting from afar. She out in Portugal right now. She on vacation. So I love you, and man, thank you to you. Thank you for giving me the platform to share who I am, to share a little bit more insight into what I love to do. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming, champ.
That's about it.
You a motherfucking champ, bro. Thanks, bro. Hey, y'all, this was the very first episode of the Kombat Office. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from the Trill Chronicles. I still repping the gang, though, you know. So make sure, you know, you subscribe. Fighters, you're always going to have a home here to come and express yourself. So come on through if you want to. I appreciate everyone for chiming in. And I appreciate you, champ, for responding, bro.
And one more. My coach, Joe, BJJ. That's my guy right there. Thanks for getting me right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Trevino.
Of course. Can't get right without the coach. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're all right. That's it. We out. Appreciate you.